Royal family's most emotional moments, Princess Leonor says, "I do." The bells tolled. The world waited. A royal wedding, expected. Predictable. But then, something shifted. Not just ceremony. Not just ritual. A moment so raw, so human, that it pierced through centuries of tradition. Princess Leonor said, "I do." And Spain will never forget it. This wasn't just a future queen's wedding. It was a family's most emotional chapter unfolding in front of millions. The tears, the smiles, the glances that spoke louder than words. The monarchy, so often distant, revealed its heart. The morning began with silence outside the palace gates, broken by the sound of crowds gathering. Families draped in flags, children waving flowers, veterans in uniform, all waiting for one glimpse of the heir to Spain's throne. Inside, tension mixed with joy. A father preparing to walk his daughter down the aisle. A mother holding back tears. A sister steadying her voice. And then, the first sight of Leonor. Her gown glittered with symbolism, woven threads of Spain's history, embroidered patterns of unity. Every detail chosen with care. She wasn't only a bride. She was the embodiment of a nation's future. But the most powerful moments weren't in the fabric or the jewels. They were in the faces of her family. King Felipe, tall and proud, his eyes heavy with pride and responsibility. Queen Letizia, unable to hide her emotion, her hand trembling as she adjusted her daughter's veil. Infanta Sofia, the younger sister, not overshadowed but luminous in her support, whispering encouragement before the aisle. The groom's entrance stirred its own reaction. For months, speculation swirled. Could he handle the weight of Spain's crown by her side? Would he endure the scrutiny of millions? Yet as he stood at the altar, his gaze fixed solely on Leonor, the questions melted. This was not strategy. This was love. Tested, questioned, doubted, yet unbroken. When the ceremony began, history and humanity intertwined. Hymns filled the cathedral. Leaders and dignitaries looked on. But the world's eyes locked on Leonor and her family. Each vow carried layers. When Leonor said, "I do," it wasn't just to her husband. It was to her country, her destiny, her people. And then came the silence. A pause that felt eternal. A breath shared between father and daughter. King Philippe's hand lingered longer than protocol allowed. A monarch letting go of his child, entrusting her to a future both dazzling and uncertain. Cameras captured his eyes, moist with tears he refused to let fall. That image, more than crowns or gowns, told the story of the day. Queen Letizia's moment came as Leonor kissed her groom. A single tear escaped, unguarded. The queen who had protected her daughters from the world's gaze could no longer shield her heart. She let the world see her pride, her love, her loss. In that tear, millions of mothers saw themselves. Sophia's moment, though quieter, was no less powerful. As the applause thundered, she gripped Leonor's hand for a second too long. The bond of sisters, often overlooked, shone brighter than the diamonds. For Sophia, this wasn't just losing a sister to marriage. It was standing beside Spain's future queen, promising silently, "I am with you, always." The vows ended. The rings exchanged. And then, the kiss. The cathedral erupted. But outside, in plazas across Spain, strangers embraced. Some cried. Some shouted. For years, Spain had debated the monarchy's place in modern life. Yet in this moment, politics faded. Humanity prevailed. The balcony appearance gave the world its iconic image. Leonor and her husband waving to thousands below. But behind them, the family stood united. King Philippe's hand on Sophia's shoulder. Queen Letizia leaning into her husband. A portrait, not of power, but of love. Still, the reception revealed the deeper story. Leonor broke tradition by honoring ordinary Spaniards alongside nobles and foreign royals. Soldiers she had trained with. Teachers who had guided her. Citizens who had influenced her journey. This was not monarchy isolated in palaces. This was monarchy woven into the people. As night fell, Spain glowed. Fireworks lit the sky. Families filled the streets. And inside the palace, behind closed doors, came the most intimate moment of all. Leonor embraced her parents. No cameras. No ceremony. Just a daughter saying thank you. A queen in waiting whispering gratitude to those who had shaped her. The emotional weight of the day was undeniable. For the world, it was history. For Spain, it was hope. For the royal family, it was love. But the questions remain. Can Leonor balance love with destiny? Can this marriage withstand the storm of politics, scrutiny, and tradition? Can a single wedding truly reshape the monarchy's image? No one knows. But one truth is certain. The day Leonor said, "I do," the royal family gave the world its most emotional moments. And those moments, etched in tears, vows, and glances, will echo for generations. Because this was never just about a crown. It was about a father letting go, a mother shedding a tear, a sister holding tight, and a young woman stepping fully into history. Princess Leonor said, "I do." Spain listened, and the world will never forget.